Good morning. Welcome to Journal with Me. Great to see you. Sorry I'm a little behind, but been doing a lot of stuff since early this morning, and so I am not rushing, but a little behind. Let's put it that way. Good morning, Catherine. Great to see you here, and yeah, see you all, right? Good morning, all, Catherine says. Good to see you, Catherine. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday. It is May 22nd, no, 21st. I'm getting ahead of myself. Excuse me, I have some maintenance to do here. Um, so, welcome. This is the first time that you see my channel. I'm Kathy Hampton. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kathy Hampton from Wellness and Healing Practices. Also, you may know me as Kathy Hampton from formerly Wellside Retreats. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Journal with Me. I hope that you are coming to journal with me this morning. It's a good morning. I will say I'm a little. Uh, I'm pretty active and have been up for a while, so I am a morning person. So yeah, it's a good morning for me. I had a restful sleep, and be happy to be able to say that. Sometimes are not, you know, some evenings or mornings are not so restful. So I had restful sleep last night and able to get up, walk around, take nourishment. All is good. I'm grateful for all of that. Hello, Subani. Good to see you here. Yeah, good to see you. I'm glad that you could make it today, and hope that all is well wherever you are. And I don't like to assume that people are in one place all the time. They could be in a different place from when they were here last week. So, and I hope that everyone has been able to move in some way, whether that be, physically or mentally or emotionally, be able to have moved some in some way, um, and because we don't want to stay stagnant, stuck, or just in the same place. I hope that you've had some newness, opened up yourself to some newness, some openness, and yeah, and practicing your journaling as well. So, if you haven't seen this channel before, this live stream before, we meet on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we journal. We spend time documenting what's on our mind, our heart, and our spirit. And we also take time to affirm ourselves. And lately, we've been actually doing some movement and a little breath work. We do a little breath work right now. We'll get into the heavy duty stuff, um, breath work later in during the summer, more than likely. So yeah, so that's what we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we start off by checking in with ourselves, which I'm going to ask you to do right now. And checking in means actually um, getting in touch with how you are doing right now emotionally, or yeah, emotionally. What feelings are you feeling? Are you feeling happy, sad? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you frustrated? If you don't have words for it, we also use the weather system. What's your weather? We take a forecast, or uh, you know, we analyze our weather. whether that be sunny, you have a sunny disposition, or are you feeling sunny? Are you feeling cloudy? What words describe how you are doing right now? If you haven't seen this done before, haven't heard um, us doing this before, it's something to get used to, checking in with yourself, because a lot of times we are on the hamster wheel. We are moving so fast in our day-to-day grind and hustle that we don't take the time to check in with ourselves and wake up, just on the road. So check in with yourself, take a note of that. Um, you can take a note on your journal. Have a little journal here, pen. Um, you can choose piece of paper. I also have a piece of paper here. Um, you know, if that is what you want to use, please take a note of how you're doing in your journal or your paper, whatever you have at your disposal. And then the next step is to go further and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way right now? What has caused me to feel this way? What's the reason that I'm feeling this way? It could be anything. Um, it could be your job. It could be your family. It could be something that has to do with your spirituality, your health. Why are you feeling the way you're feeling now? And it could be any feeling or emotion that you come up with, right? That defines how you're doing. Only you know, unless you want to share. Um, so, um, yeah, those are the steps for checking in. All right. The next thing that we do is we get ourselves settled in our space. I'm going to add something else today before we journal, kind of getting ourselves set. But we calm ourselves down if we have been walking around organizing things this morning, taking care of our hygiene, and then have to start focusing and coming down, so to speak, from kind of a hectic morning. If that has happened to you, we just want to settle ourselves in, get grounded, calm our spirits a little so that we can open ourselves up to writing. Okay. And we do that by taking 3 cleansing breaths. 3 cleansing breaths. All right. Let's do that. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through our mouths. And you can do this at your own pace. I'll start us off. And what I do is I close my eyes, put my glasses on, now take them off. Close my eyes um, when I do my cleansing breaths. But you can keep your eyes open and look downward toward the floor. You want to look downward, uh, kind of like down your nose, not cross-eyed, but yeah, look down at the floor. Okay. You want your shoulders to be away from your ears. You're not up here. That's a sign of tight stress. Lower your your shoulders, excuse me. Getting quiet. Seated in a good upright position, not stiff. And let's start with our first inhale and exhale cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhaling through the nose, expanding our rib cage, our diaphragm. Exhaling with the audible sound sigh. One more time. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Spending time now to get in your own rhythm, your own breath. Okay. Still in our position, grounding ourselves in the seat if you need to get yourself comfortable again. Okay. Slowly, gently opening your eyes, raising your gaze if your eyes are not closed, getting comfortable again and looking around in your space. Okay. Yes, coming back home, so to speak. All right. I hope that you have settled down. And before we get started with our 20 minutes of journaling, we'll take a look at the comments. And Catherine feeling okay. She has a headache. Could be weather related. Yeah, I hope you feel better. Catherine, yeah, there's pollen in the air. Make sure that everyone should be hydrating. Good day, my peace. Good day. Hydrating, keeping ourselves hydrated. I've already drank 2 bottles of water this morning. So I have been hydrating, been making sure that's a priority. We need to nourish ourselves with water and good food, keep ourselves healthy. So the next thing I would like to start doing, actually, um, I have been remiss at asking people to set their intentions before writing. What is your intention for this writing session? That helps to also focus on something that you might want to contribute to these moments that we are together. So, what's your intentions for journaling today? What is your intention um, for the day? Right? Whatever you want to focus on and intend to do, and if you have an intention, you will see it through. Really, it's even more focus, right? So set your intentions. And you can write that down. You can write down your gratitude. You can write down your affirmation. You can write your to do list. You can just be and see what comes up for you. There's no rules that we go by here. And like you to just delve into yourself in this quiet time and peaceful time for yourself. So we're going to start We're going to start with our 20 minutes as soon as I can get the timer up. And we're going to start with the Ambu sound bowl and ending with the Sakya sound bowl. Okay. And then we'll spend some time talking, catching up, seeing what everyone's been up to over the weekend and our last few days past. All right. Okay. So let's get started. Mhm. Okay, so if you have come to a place that you'd like to stop writing at, that's great. If you have not, that's good too. Continue writing. Meditation is also an option if you want to continue with your meditation. It's interesting. There's a quote that I found just as we were getting ready to write, that stated, "Praying is talking to the universe. Meditation is listening to it." So, listening to the universe, right? And this is from Paulo Coelho, um, a quote from him. So I thought that was interesting as we were going into our practice of journaling. And I should have stated that if you finish writing and want to linger in peace, um, please spend the time through meditation or prayer, either listening to the universe or talking to the universe. Either one is a great thing to be able to have the time or spending the time, taking the time to be quiet still. Also, to download what's in your head, in your heart, in your spirit. So, I hope that you all were able to take advantage of this time or the time to do so. Um, and do so on a regular basis. Make it a part of a practice that you feel comfortable with. Um, I've been in conversation with some people who I care about, my children, recently about um, what they're doing, in their day to day lives, and um, some of the things that have happened have been some changes that have taken them out of their practices that they love, whether that be jujitsu or um, going to the gym, photography, um, meeting up with friends, just those things that they found enjoyment in have been disrupted for different reasons. Um, and uh, Same with me. I've been kind of in a gap of a holding period where I'm trying to get something accomplished, but it's taken up so much time and energy that I haven't been able to practice the things consistently that I've really wanted to do. And so I've been thinking about that since I've been talking with these these loved ones, including with myself, thinking about wanting to get my groove back. Have you thought about that? How can you get your groove back after your groove has been kind of just kind of changed or shifted? And I've talked about this in a blog post that I did a couple years ago. Getting your groove back, thinking about how things have been for you in the past when things were kind of, you had a rhythm, you had a groove, right? And then something shook it up, and it was difficult to get back to that place. And one of the things that um, kind of a side note is trying to be happy, like now, like always just trying to be in a good place now, no matter what happens, right? Well, sometimes you have this longing to be in a groove, so that you don't get out of sync with yourself. And those are the things that you practice, right? Like my favorite practice really is journaling. It makes me feel good on a regular basis. I get up and I do my thing, and then I write and get stuff off my plate and out of my head. But when that's interrupted, sometimes it's a little off kilter, and I'm like, oh, I have too much in my head, or if I haven't walked enough and my body is like saying, you have to get yourself out. And that groove um, is disrupted. I did a lot of walking this weekend, and my body was happy for it. I was able to sleep better. It took me to a good place. Some weird stuff happened over the weekend, which I'll talk about later, but the weird stuff also threw off my sleeping. But so I had to catch up. It took me out of a pattern of rest that I have for myself. And so sometimes we have to get back in the groove by doing the same thing, or at the same time, or in a groove to keep us in that happy place and content that contentment and stuff that you want to do is really the things that bring you joy, like now, like being happy now. So I've been talking to people about this for the last week or so, 2 weeks really, because yeah, there are things going on that that will shake your world up. But if you can get back into practice, right, you can see progress. Practice is not perfection. We are not perfect. Um, I'm learning how to write like an author would write, and in order for me to do that, I have to practice writing. There are things that I have to do in order to communicate to a reader. I'm learning how to do that. Journaling is something that I do for myself. I write, but is it is my writing communicating to someone who would read this journal? No, not necessarily. I'd be telling all my business. but but it wouldn't it, the story would not be complete if someone were to read my journals. That's not an authorship. That's not something that could be published. So I have to write so someone else can read it and then get something from it, or it be impactful, or it tells a complete story that someone could enjoy. I'm learning that, and when I get out of the practice of that type of writing, um, yeah, I miss that, and the lessons that I've learned. If you don't use it, you lose it. So you have to get back in sync with yourself. So I say all of this basically so that you can notice your patterns that you may have had in the past and try to get back to that place where you can feel good, content, pleased with the outcome of your practices, those patterns. You can do it. We can all do it. It just takes time to get it back in that groove. So I wanted to impart that because that's something I've been thinking about lately. Get your groove back. Natural Ally D. Hello, great to see you. Yeah, it's happy. Yeah, happy to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Yes, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, hey, I'm ahead of myself too. I'm already thinking about what I have to do tomorrow. It's all right, but I'm glad you're here. Very glad that you're here. About getting your groove back, find joy wherever you are. Yeah, whatever you are doing, be in the present moment. My thoughts can be brought about the feelings I am looking for. Blessings to all today. Yes, yes, very good. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, we always want to be happy in the present right now. If you can, be grateful for what you have right now. Be pleased and in sync with right now. But should you consider that there is something that you have done that puts you in this place, right? Um, because our feelings and emotions change, and um, getting back to the joy now may take you a time take the may take you to a place where you've experienced it before, that feeling, that muscle memory, that mind memory, right? That mindfulness. um, and if that was the key, do that now. Get back to that now. All right. Yes, yes indeed. So um, the question for the day, then, the questions, because I've decided that you all need some questions. If you choose to as Mission Impossible, if you choose to take this assignment, um, yeah, the questions are: what practices have you done that kept you in a great mood or mindset? Yeah, what are those? What practices have you done that kept you in a great mood or mindset? Have you taken a walk? Have you practiced, a daily walk, an evening walk, a midday walk, that has kept you uplifted? Um, what about, um, the practice of eating well? What is it that you do that keeps you, the pattern? I know that I have a food pattern nowadays. I le- legitimately feel better when I eat certain things, drink certain things at certain times of the day. It's a pattern, it's a practice. Um, and I've changed it every once in a while to add something new. Um, I have a friend who prepares their food for the week, and it is the same all the time. And when they don't have this, it keeps them, it throws them off, right? So, what practices have you done uh, that keep you or have kept you in a great mood or mindset? Uh, the next question: have you noticed a pattern of activity that keeps you inspired, or the opposite? Have you noticed a pattern of activity that doesn't, you know, inspire you and you are kind of doing it, even though it's not uplifting you, you know? Yeah. Is there something that you're doing that you find yourself like kind of stuck in? There's some there's some patterns that, you know, uh, a while back, I'm gonna say it was back in like 1988, believe it or not. I can remember this so clearly. 88, 89. Um, I had a new job, or it was right after college, a couple of years after college, and I was working, trying to find a job, or I was in a job, and I constantly drank coffee all day. I'm going to say 6 or 7, 8 cups of coffee a day, and would drink all of it. It, and it was just like a pattern. I knew when I wanted it. It was, you know, before work, right after, getting to work, at lunchtime, after lunchtime, during, it continued all day long. And what that did to me at a very young age, I noticed my skin was horrible. It was so dry. I was exhausted. Um, and when I thought the caffeine, was going to, I was over caffeinated and I was exhausted. It was horrible. Um, my, uh, I developed um, reflux, you know, um, and didn't know that I was doing this. Finally, with all of that, I found out that I was harming myself. That was a pattern that I kept up doing that wasn't really uplifting me. It wasn't keeping me happy. I thought that's what, folks did at work to keep themselves, kind of up and peppy. No, it was wrong. It was really wrong. Um, Another pattern that I had, I think I've spoken about this before. This was actually as a young teenager, is that I didn't realize I was doing this, but I would hold my breath, meaning I didn't fully inhale and exhale, and it was due to stress. It wasn't uplifting. I don't know why I did it. It was a habit. I had to notice it, and that's why we do this sometimes if we are anxious, um, and without even knowing it. Um, so we don't open up our lungs, our capacity to breathe. Um, there are a lot of these types of things that we do that, or quote unquote bad habits, patterns that we are on that don't uplift us. And we have to learn how to change that. So, being in nature, observing the beauty of the flowers and trees in bloom, and also some of the animals I see, horses, deer, foxes. I always feel good when I do this. Yeah. When you're out in nature and you make that a priority for yourself and a pattern of seeking that out. That's great, Catherine. I appreciate you. Appreciate. Listening to the music almost daily. That's great. Yes, yes. And treating myself to gelato when I need a little pick me up. Those are great. Gelato and music. Okay. Okay. Very good. I've been listening to a lot of good music lately and plan on making that shift also, my piece, in the next few weeks and months ahead. Because music has, I used to listen to music as a younger person all day long. Um, it just, yeah, puts me in good moods. Um, yeah, music is key. It soothes us. Can it can. I have a lot of people who've told me that when they listen to music, it takes them to memories of, especially if it's music from the past, um, that they have a hard time listening to those old songs that they used to listen to because it puts a marker. They go back to a marker of time that they don't feel happy about. But I try my best to listen to music that that uplifts me. Even if it was something from the past that wasn't so pleasant. Just the music itself, you can separate that and be happy now in the present with whatever you're listening to. Yeah, it's a great thing. And gelato is always a pick me up. Yes, I'm a big ice cream gelato frozen, dessert person myself too. Um, and unfortunately, I have the horrible habit of loving sweet things, dessert, which I've learned how to monitor. Yeah. So, well, those are the questions of the day. I hope that you can sit with that if you need to, um, and spend time um, getting your groove back if you've lost it, if you've lost that groove. Um, try to find it. Put the needle in the record, right, in the album, and get your groove back. Um, yeah, the second question. Okay, the second question. My piece says it's similar to the first one. Have you noticed a pattern of activity that keeps you inspired and uplifted, or have you noticed a pattern of activity that keeps you not so much inspired or uplifted? Things that you do that aren't serving you well, right? Sometimes we do things that aren't, we get in this habit of, or pattern that's not serving us well, that's not good for you, you know, or me. Um, yeah, that's the second question. Yeah. And, my examples of the coffee and um, on occasion not being able to walk, and that it shifts us out of where want we don't want to be. um yeah. And and some of these things, these distractions or these shifts into things that we don't want but we need to do, unfortunately, as I was saying, in the last few months I've been in this gap where I'm trying to move forward and I'm taking these steps to move forward based on a timeline. Um, but it has shifted because it's taken the time. I've moved, it's taken the time away from me doing the things that I love to do. I have to somehow fit them in when I can and give myself grace for being all out of the pattern that I truly, truly love. Um, and because I'm seeing progress in the gap. I'm seeing progress in the things that are pulling me away, right? So it's all good. It really is because I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy. I'm just um, doing something different to get me to where I want to be and what I want to do. So it's gonna it's going to change. Change is inevitable. I'm kind of learning how to roll with whatever comes my way, and when that happens, I'm happier for it because um, it's just a matter of time that I realize that I'll be back in that groove. I'll be fully in the groove, right? Fully in the groove. So, um, with all of that being said, I'm going to wish you a good day. Get your groove back. I'm going to be back here, which is a pattern, right? Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be back, and we will once again pick up journaling as the practice. Movement. I didn't get to that today. Little out of sync here, but please give yourself a hug today. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a big hug. Squeeze your shoulders, your arms, right? Do something soothing and squeeze that vital touch. And if you feel like you need a hug and there's someone around you who you feel comfortable with, give them a hug because you're not only helping them, you're helping yourself, you know? Um, if you're not a touchy feely kind of person, which I normally am, um, extend a hand, hold a hand. But touch is vital. It keeps us all. Um, it feeds ourselves. We can feed ourselves with touch, the warmth, the connection, the vibration, right? All good stuff. Okay, let's see. Uh, yeah, have a wonderful day. You too, Catherine. My peace, Sibani, Natural Ally D. Yeah, have a great day today. And if you are seeing this right as I'm getting ready to to leave, I wish you well. Do me a favor, please subscribe, ring the notification bell, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Um, I would appreciate it and would love to have you come back and spend some time with us in community again, because we are a community of journalers, virtual community of journalers. All right. Okay. Most, uh, much love. Goodness, much love to you on this day, and I'll talk to you a little later.